CBS News.
In a shocking development, the federal government says being broke is allowed, but if you're broke and glowing, you are officially now a suspect.
You can't be glowing more than your financial status. Look your problem.
Producers have confirmed next season of Love Island will merge with the Hunger Games. Only one couple will survive the new format. Everyone else dies.
Senator Buck Nutley has unveiled his Big Girthy Bill, a new proposal meant to rival the Big Beautiful Bill. But does size really matter?
The shocking trend of Labubu violation continues as more and more people are finding their dolls' holes stretched wide open and reeking of shame.
If you thought Bigfoot was bad, wait till you meet his gooey cousin. A kumsquatch was just spotted in Dongwood National Forest.
Did you know IKEA has released a home glory hole kit called the Fuke Hole? It includes pre-drilled panels, mounting brackets, and a stain-proof finish. We begin with breaking news out of Massachusetts, where residents are reeling from what scientists are calling a cum-comet impact.
Officials are asking everyone to stay indoors and to wear N95 masks in case of cum aerolization.
We have breaking news. A laser-guided ship missile has just been launched from Rectomopolis, reportedly targeting Pennsylvania.
We're live from the scene where a laser-guided ship missile launched from Rectomopolis has struck Pennsylvania. This just in, a pubnadal blankets St. Louis in a thick bush this evening.
Downtown is completely covered in pubic hair, causing highways to close out of caution.
It's coming right for us. We need to get out of here now. Oh my God, it's taking the houses.
A massive gizzard has buried Kamlambus in 2 feet of donglode. Locals blame the lack of preparation on Mayor Linda P. Slurp.
The city of Columbus is reeling today after an unprecedented event. What officials are calling a gizzard has left downtown streets. Customs officials at Orbital Port 69 have seized over 420 stolen jork blades, many still warm and dripping. A magnitude 6.9 queefquake rattled Clamlip Valley this morning, releasing a torrent of pussy farts. The children's reading session of This Little Piggy Got Pegged has been cancelled, with parents saying the book is too anatomically detailed for kids.
Lawmakers remain deadlocked on the Big Beautiful Bill, with some saying $10 billion more is needed for fleshlights and robo-cooters for dudes on dry spells.
Los Angeles, because she served her fried chicken instead of a quinoa salad.
Megan Mayonnaise went to the restaurant called The Last Supper, where she claims she was flabbergasted that they would serve her fried chicken when she in fact ordered a quinoa salad. Ms. Mayonnaise said waitress Sharkeisha Trinity knowingly gave her fried chicken, although Ms. Mayonnaise pleaded that she didn't want to eat any urban food. We have Ms. Mayonnaise along with her attorney, Roger Banger. Can you explain how you were feeling, Ms. Mayonnaise?
I told Sharkeisha Trinity 300 times, let me speak with your manager. And she just kept twerking, sticking her tongue out and laughing at me.
We have exclusive CCTV footage from the restaurant of Miss Mayonnaise and Sharkeisha's fried chicken confrontation.
Miss Mayonnaise is suing Sharkeisha Trinity for everything she got,
which is 3 deadbeat fathers and $100 in unpaid child support.
We need your $80,000 down payment now.
Can I do 6 child support checks, 1 EBT card, 10 Section 8 credits, and 2 Medicaid payments?
We take it all.
Welcome back to White News Network. I'm your host, Kimberly Kumquat. Today, the BFI released documents that claim no special files exist from that one famous island. Wink, wink. BFI director said, quote unquote, although you've seen plenty of known people at that island, no American people, you were just seeing shit. The BFI office also released perfectly edited 24-hour surveillance footage of that jail cell where the main guy in charge was being held. At this point, these guys are playing in our face. Most of you are too blind to see it.
Welcome back, folks, to the White News Network. I'm your host, Tom Blandley, and tonight a white woman is leaving her husband after trying a YN. HOA President Skylar White told WNN she is filing for divorce because, quote unquote, after trying a YN, you never go back. Her husband, Kevin White, owner of Proud Boys Country Club, says he is devastated by the news and that it is, quote unquote, total malarkey. The divorce hearing is set for July 13th at Cornbread District Family Court. If Mrs. White wins, she will be entitled to half of his shit that she never worked for. Next up, rock star Roger Bang-Her has already impregnated 3 women on his Fuckfest tour. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Want to do some totally unnecessary shit like mountain jump with a fly suit on? Then head over to whitepeopleshit.com.
White people shit?
I'm here to pick up my kids right now, dead ass.
Tried coochie back in '76. It was a phase, but it was a good one.
Sweetie, we was all bumping uglies all summer. Bitch, please, you ain't even got the most baby daddies on this block.
I got 5 kids and 6 baby daddies. Figure that shit out.
These old bitches in here be ready to smash every damn night. We out here clapping checks nightly, bro.
They used to call me the throat goat. They still call you that around here.
I got a tongue like a treadmill, baby. I don't get tired.
That's cute. Mine got her tapping out like bingo night. Ask your wife.
Sweetie, can you run to 7-Eleven right quick and get me some KY?
Make it 2 bottles. The Lord been generous this week.
Yeah, bitch, he said he was just buying me lunch, and then I left with a limp.
Good thing he didn't dislocate that hip again. He said,
All right. Let's do some news, man. Let's do some news. What up, everybody? See a couple of y'all here. Salute to Saul. First in the building. What up, Playboy? We live for the nightly news, man. What up, Kwame? What up, Irv? It started earlier than yesterday. Don't worry, y'all. I'm going to get on a steady schedule. I mean, if everything go right, we'll be doing 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I got a couple good things on the docket today. A lot happened today. Man, Trump working at warp speed. But let's start with this one because I just saw this one. Yeah, this is from an hour ago. This is breaking. Oh, it's breaking on Fox. It probably happened earlier. Kash Patel finds burn bags for Trump Russia documents at FBI headquarters. Bro, I told y'all this. I told y'all But they had leaked that right when Trump won the inauguration, that State Department, FBI, and over at the Pentagon, that they were over there having shredding parties and burning documents. So unbelievable that they didn't get everything, that they didn't get rid of everything. They actually found the burn bags with some of the Russiagate documents. But let's see what they got. Let's see what they're talking about.
Fox News legal analyst Greg Jarrett, former FBI special agent, Fox News contributor Nicole Parker. Nicole, burn bags, not a common term that the average person may know. You're very familiar with it because of your time in the FBI.
That's right. So first of all, I'm not shocked by anything that we're hearing, having worked there for over a dozen years. Absolutely nothing shocks me about what may have happened at the FBI. That's one of the reasons that I left. But when I hear burn bag, that's common lingo inside the FBI. All documentation, documents, anything that you basically use or touch at the FBI goes into a burn bag. And sometimes you shred the documents, sometimes you just put them straight into the burn bag. But those documents are literally escorted to an incinerator by armed agents. I mean, it's a very serious process because we must take our documentation very seriously at the FBI, and that is what they do. And so to hear that documentation was found at FBI headquarters in burn bags that were never taken to an incinerator is baffling, but at the same time, it's not baffling, Sean. And there are a number of reasons that could have occurred. I wouldn't be shocked if it was just someone that wasn't doing their job, or someone that just put them in a room and thought, you know what, someone else will deal with that. Or if it was someone who is, high level in the FBI and isn't actually familiar with what the rank and file agents do in taking things to the incinerator to have burned. There are a number of reasons that this could have occurred, but the key is that these documents were found.
Let's talk about this, Greg Jarrett. We spent 3 long years unpeeling every layer of the onion on this story. Seems kind of sloppy that if they had incriminating materials, which is what I'm assuming here they found in these burn bags, that they didn't take care of those and eliminate that. And I bet that's...
Oh, okay, I see. So this was evidence they was trying to get rid of in the burn bags, and those sloppy McSloppy didn't get the job done. So they might have actually found one. So Patel might have stumbled onto something real incriminating because Goofy McGoofy didn't get the job done and get the documents burned.
Causing a lot of agita and anxiety in the minds of a number of names that would be very familiar to this audience.
Yeah, it could be somebody who didn't want to be the party to a crime by burning them, because attempting to destroy or conceal evidence is the crime of obstruction of justice, Sean, if it's...
Facts. That's actually a good point. Somebody got dragged into it. They know it's illegal to be destroying documents. So they just went through the paces, but left it somewhere to be found instead of actually destroying the documents. Okay, I'll take that.
Done to hide documents relevant to a criminal or congressional investigation or in anticipation of one. So these documents are not just relevant, they may be pivotal. So that's point number 1 on obstruction. Point number 2 is Senator Charles Grassley has been investigating the collusion hoax and those behind it for years, which is why these burn bag documents were turned over to him. So question becomes, who ordered the planned burning? Why did they do it? Although the why to me seems readily self-evident. Whoever was involved was trying to conceal evidence that they didn't like, things that might implicate them. And it doesn't matter if the material was classified, you still cannot destroy it if it relates to an investigation. Go ahead.
One of the documents FBI officials allegedly found in the burn bag were the classified annex, or was the classified annex to former special counsel John Durham's final report, which includes the underlying intelligence that he reviewed. Why would that be so critical? To me, that's critical.
Because it likely reveals many of the government actors who instigated and corruptly spread the phony collusion narrative despite knowing it was totally untrue. So, it's the usual suspects. Was it Comey and his acolytes at the FBI, Brennan's team of CIA partisans? Was it Clapper, the Obama White House? They're all reasonable suspects based on the damning evidence revealed in just the last couple of weeks, leading to an official criminal investigation. And, in my two books, I identified all the people who appear to have lied under oath, committed crimes. So it doesn't surprise me that incriminating evidence of lies and lying people was slated for the incinerator. There was never a Trump-Russia collusion conspiracy, but there was a conspiracy to frame Donald Trump for collusion.
We're going to continue to follow this story. It's getting more interesting by the day. We expect that Senator Grassley may release that information as early as tomorrow. We'll see if that happens. Thank you both.
Hey, Sean Hannity here.
All right, bet. All right, good way to start the top off. Yo, I said this before. I actually was saying this before we got on the live. We may not be able to get Obama because he is the president, but we've got a really good job of getting all these henchmen. And if we get a former FBI director and a former CIA director, that's a win to me. I think the general consensus is the public wants to see somebody in jail. So good news, everybody. These political quiches keep taking L's, although in this case, Kamala's the cosplaying Keisha, but she's still taking an L. She has decided to drop out of the governor's race. Let's get some.
We want to bring in Democrat Senator Chris Coons from Delaware. He served as national co-chair of President Biden's re-election campaign. Senator Coons, welcome back. It's good to have you here, sir.
Thanks. It's always good to be on with you, Martha.
What's your reaction to this? Is this the end of Kamala Harris's career in politics?
I don't think so. She was a very strong attorney general for the state of California. She served well in the Senate and as vice president. I don't know what her future will bring, but I'm sure she will continue to serve her state and our nation.
Would you encourage her to run for president again if she came to you and said, look, I'm talking to a lot of people for advice. I'm not going to run for governor. Would you be supportive if she wanted to run for the Democratic nomination in 2028?
Martha, 2028 is a long way off. And first, we need to focus on the challenges right in front of us here in Congress. Our president, Donald Trump, and his OMB director are trying very hard to shut this government down. And on a bipartisan basis, those of us who are appropriators are trying to keep it open and trying to do our job and meet the needs of the American people, keeping costs down, keeping our national defense strong, investing in health care. And that's in contrast with a president who wants to take away health care from millions of Americans. That's the issue.
They're still running them same old tired talking points. Yo, the big bill done passed, bro. We know what the Medicaid cuts are. So the talking point of taking health care away from the old, the sick, and the elderly, bro, we know it's not true. The bill already passed. Yo, the Democrats be talking to y'all like y'all stupid, cuz Irvin Reese said, how you get caught doing what you doing while accusing someone of doing what you doing? Yo, that's a whole factor. That's what we've been saying the whole time. Yo, they the party. Yo, the Democratic Party is one big Keisha and a Karen. All they do is deflect and project.
Right in front of us, 2028 is literally years away.
Well, we had a good GDP number today, and we do see hundreds of billions, Scott Bessent says, probably 300 billion coming into the coffers through these tariffs so far, which economists on both sides of the aisle seem to feel is a pretty strong record so far. I'm just being told that Hunter Biden, what did he say in response to Kamala Harris's decision? Quote, this is a quote from Hunter Biden on Kamala Harris dropping out of the governor's race in California. That's interesting, he says.
So,
Yo, Hunter Biden out here trolling in real time. That's interesting. Yo, as much as Hunter Biden is a goofy, if he goes in and single-handedly starts destroying the Democratic Party, I ain't mad about it. I'm not mad about it at all. The irony if the Democratic Party gets taken down by a crackhead.
Martha, I'll respond to your point about 3% GDP growth and $300 billion coming in tariff revenue. This Friday is when President Trump's next round of tariffs are scheduled to take effect. I'll remind you, it's American consumers who are paying those tariffs. The first quarter, our economy shrank, and that's partly because of the chaos and unpredictability of the tariffs. I don't know, and frankly, no one knows, whether President Trump will go ahead with the very large tariffs that are scheduled to hit this Friday.
We were all told it was doomsday based on the tariffs. And, anywhere you look, across the sort of persuasion spectrum, people are saying, gee, this actually didn't turn out to be terrible for our economy. In fact, Jerome Powell just said that wages are rising higher than the rate of inflation. So he thinks that's a pretty good sign for the U.S. economy.
So, Martha, that's largely because President Trump suspended most of his major tariffs. He's been trying to negotiate deals. I think he said he'd get 90 deals in 90 days.
Yo, I love how the Democrats who during their term, Biden in particular, let the entire country go to piss. Trump gets in and under 200 days gets all this accomplished. And it's like he said he'd get 90 deals. He's only got 15 deals so far. Biden has no deals. And so the party that didn't accomplish anything, their only response or rebuttal to things is, even though he's getting all of this stuff done, he's not getting as much done as he said he was going to get done. That's your critique? Yo, this party deserves to burn in the flames and be in the wilderness for the last 15 years.
He's had a handful, but he has largely suspended imposing massive new tariffs.
They still have $300 billion coming in.
They're saying
that they think it's going to be pretty productive in terms of lowering the debt, because they're going to have about $300 billion coming in. So some of them may not have gone into effect. He said he's sticking to the August 1st deadline with these other countries. So clearly the tariffs are bringing in income to the country. Correct? You would see that.
Yes. What they are not doing, Martha, is bringing prices down, because consumers are paying those additional.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, they're bringing in income to the country, but what they're not doing is bringing prices down. Get the Fed to lower the fucking rates, you moron. Yo, these Democrats are useless, bro. I'm glad we catching all of this in real time. This is post-Trump election. We're a year away from the midterms, and this is the best they got? All this on the same day that Kamala bails out of the governor's race because the big money's not going to back her, and a week after Hunter Biden goes at the entire Democratic Party on a cocaine high rant.
Tariff-driven higher prices.
But inflation is lower now than it was when he took office, Senator.
On his promise to put tariffs on all of our major trading partners, that's going to raise prices.
Inflation
EU
is lower
products
now,
coming into our
though,
country
than
right
it was
now
when he took
pay
office,
about
correct?
2.5% tariff. He's going to quadruple that. That will raise our prices.
I'm just asking for like an objective take on this, because here inflation is down since President Trump came into office.
Yo. She said, I'm just looking for an objective take on this. Inflation is down, right?
Accept that number?
Inflation is roughly level. It has not gone down significantly. It has also not gone up significantly.
Well, it's a lot lower than the 9% that we had in the last administration, correct? It's down, I think it's about 2.7%, if I'm looking at the right number.
So she's asking him, is 2 lower than 9? Look at her face. Like this goofy.
We're here. Yeah, I am.
Which is close to what it was last year. So, yes, right after the massive pandemic that was made worse by President Trump's conduct in the first months of the pandemic, yes, the recovery, which required significant investment to restart our economy, we had high inflation. By the end of the previous...
Yo, look at her face. Yo, I've been seeing more and more of this lately with these anchors when these Democrats. This is Fox, but they're doing the same thing on CNN. Just looking at them like, yo, you know you sound crazy right now, right?
This administration, the Biden administration, that inflation had come down dramatically.
Okay, it was just so people know, it was at 3.1 in January. It's at 2.7 now. So that just the argument that tariffs or these arrangements on trades have made things more expensive for people is not true. It is only marginally lower, as you point out, but it is lower. It is not higher as a result of the tariffs.
It depends on the product. If you've gone to the grocery store and bought beef recently, it's at an all-time high. If you're trying to build housing so that we can deal with our national crisis,
well, everybody wants prices
housing,
to get lower. That's for sure.
Disingenuous. Houses aren't being built because the interest rates are too goddamn high. What new construction is going to go up when it costs so much to borrow the money to do the building and no one's going to move into what you built because the interest rates are too high for the loans to fill the units? Yo, I just think that in general, the American public, they've gotten so used to just bold-faced lying about everything for so long that now that the public's so well informed with the internet and all this citizen journal, they don't know, they got nothing. So they're just like, we're just going to keep saying shit that doesn't make sense. She had to get him to be like, yo, so you agree 2 is lower than 9, right?
Prices for wallboard and plywood coming from Mexico and Canada are higher. So
we'll see
there are some lower, some higher.
We'll see what direction it all goes in. Senator Coons, thank you very much. Do you want Hunter Biden to run for president? Sounds like you're
No, I do not.
No, you do not.
No, I do not.
Okay.
Martha, I do have something up on Fox today that is a letter calling on President Trump to not give advanced technology to China. He has just waived some of the critical technology export controls that were emotional, damn it, taking the lead in artificial intelligence.
Yeah,
I hope viewers will give that a read. It's an important letter, an important issue.
There's some controversy over that. Senator will point people to that piece as well on Fox. Thank you very much.
Yo, all they got is grandstanding, bro. I should actually clip up some of the CNN joints because either CNN's tired of being on the mat all this time, but they actually have been they've been clowning these Democrats live as well. And the Democrats have been getting mad on CNN like, yo, you're not supposed to ask me hard questions. You're not supposed to. Irvin Reed said, yo, what up, No News? I see you, man. What up, No News? Irvin Reed says in my soul voice, these are the death throes of a party hemorrhaging support like a failed open surgery. That's a whole fact, though. Yeah, real-time fact-finding. Yo, what up, Little Brooklyn in the building? Yeah, she did look appalled. She did look appalled. Like, bro, are you serious right now? Yo, it's... Bro, it's really bad. He wouldn't answer the inflation question, so she had to ask him, say, so you do agree 2 is lower than 9, right? You do agree 2 is lower than 9. That's crazy. All right, let me do a quick I'm gonna do a quick screen share on this. Hold on. Saul sent me this article. And I'm actually there's probably a news clip on it. I'll revisit it tomorrow if so. But this one's a good one. It's a keeper. Yo, remember Trump? We covered this on the Sunday show. Remember Trump called out that governor in public, telling her her political career was over because she wasn't trying to comply with the executive order that no boys should be in women's sports. Lord of Brooklyn says, I see former Madam Vice President Harris is not running for governor. This way she will avoid losing and then 2 years later still claim she is the most viable candidate for president. I think all the smart money has left the building. But here, I'll scroll up so you can see her face. You remember her face. Whew. That she's a very handsome woman. Very handsome woman. Democrat Governor Janet Mills. So apparently, bro, one way or another, bro, do not start with Trump because your dirty laundry start coming up. So this is her. This is the one that says she was gonna. She tried to buck Trump to his face. But this one says Dems governors buried cocaine investigation docs hit with official inquiry as questions swirl over Senate run. More than 3 decades after Maine's Democratic governor, Janet Mills avoided releasing approximately 6,000 pages of case files pertaining to the federal investigation into her alleged cocaine use. The National Republican Senatorial Committee is seeking those very documents. Ouch. The NRSC submitted a Freedom of Information Act request to the National Archives and Records Administration in April 2025, attempting, that's actually right around the time she bucked up at Trump, attempting to release the files related to her suspected cocaine use trial amid suspicion that Democrats were recruiting her to jump into the state's Senate's race. She's got a 6,000 page case file on cocaine use. That's a lot of cocaine. While NARA initially told the NRSC they would review the request, they later claimed 3,000 pages of the files were found under FOIA exemption, which preserves the secrecy of grand jury testimony. The NRSC is now appealing the denial of those records, citing public interest in the case. Yo, Trump played dirty. I'm not even mad at her. Said in early 1990, the U.S. Attorney's Office in Maine, the Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA, and Maine's Bureau of Intergovernmental Drug Enforcement. Why all these Democrats on coke and crack? Investigated Mills, then a sitting district attorney in Maine, after a drug suspect accused her of using cocaine. The investigation was eventually dropped without charges being filed. Mills has maintained that the investigation never had any merit and that she was politically targeted for her Democratic affiliation and criticism of BIDE. In 1990, she and two other district attorneys in Maine criticized BIDE for inflating arrest numbers through excessive enforcement of low-level drug offenders. Was this a clip?
Is sniffing cocaine at work a human right, Janet? How much more does an 8-ball cost with inflation? Is sniffing cocaine at work a human right, Janet?
He said, is sniffing cocaine at work a human rights issue? How much has inflation increased the cost of an 8-ball? Yo, that's funny as hell. Oh my God. Yo, the trolling is at an all-time high. He said, is sniffing cocaine, governor, a human rights issue? Yo. Yo, what up, Storm? Nah, it's not a replay. Oh, you right in time. All right, yeah, that's the idiot governor of Maine. I guess Trump had them do some research, and they opening up her 1990 cocaine investigation that they tried to expunge. Nah, it's not a replay. All right, here's Storm sent me this. Let's play your gut filled segment. Do I have it pulled up? Yes, I do. All right, bet. All right. Quiet Storm sent me this. This is Greg Gutfeld. This is the man who actually single-handedly, aside from us, contributed to Colbert and most of these liberal late-night shows, Fallon on all of these guys getting wrapped up. He has the highest late-night shows on network television. And Greg Gutfeld is the first one to say the word manosphere on this nationally syndicated show and do whole segments about us. And truth be told, he's actually echoing some of our talking points verbatim now. So he's either watching or he's got really good researchers. So, yeah, Quiet Storm sent me this segment. He said, Trump out here running the country like it's the 1990s Death Row Records. Yeah. The title's off a day. That's because it's midnight, so it's really the 30th, but I was supposed to be on prior to midnight. That would have been 12:29. Yeah, we try to get on a steady schedule over here, man. We keep getting delayed going on.
I know. Yeah, hot enough for you? Talking about me. Well, the Democrat Party.
Yeah, this Quiet Storm sent me this one. This is Trump is curb stomping these people.
His favorability has hit a 35-year low, with only 33% of voters viewing them favorably. To improve their popularity, they're planning to change their name to Sydney Sweeney's Boobs. Over the weekend, the United States Postal Service celebrated its 250th anniversary. If you didn't get the invitation, it's because they mailed it. New research says lifting weights can help fend off erectile dysfunction. After hearing the news, Bill Clinton attached a dumbbell to his penis. In a documentary, Billy Joel denied claims he had gotten DUIs when he got into 3 separate car crashes, explaining he was in a mental fog due to 9/11. Yeah, and mental fog is why Jesse Waters forgot to tip at every meal since January 6th. 20 protesters showed up for a rally in support of Stephen Colbert outside the CBS building. Well, at least we know what became of those vaccine dancers. According to Politico, President Trump and French President Macron often have bromance chats on the phone. What can I say? I like older men, said Macron. He does. He looks like a mentor. On Saturday, Dan Bongino posted a message on X saying, since coming to the FBI, he's seen things that, quote, shock him to his core and changed him forever. The same was said by Joy Behar's team of waxers. Rashida Tlaib posted a video of herself banging a metal pan with a spoon. Some say it was to show her support of the Palestinians. Others say it was her way of telling everyone that she's out of kibble. Isn't it cute? It works. Finally, researchers in California called off a plan to block the sun's rays by creating man-made clouds. But if we really need to create man-made clouds, just ask this guy. Why not? All right. Another week and another poll shows the Democrats' party favorability dropping to its lowest rating in decades. It's a far cry from the glory years of a Bill Clinton when the only thing going down was the interns. It's true, the Democrats are in free fall. Not a graceful dive either, but more like bird hitting your windshield at 70 miles per hour. This time, it's more than just a bad run. It feels like a historical shift. The party as you once knew it is no more. It's as dead as a school of plankton swimming near Joy Behar's mouth. You know, it reminds me of the Berlin Wall in 1989. More than a wall cracked, an entire movement did. And once that wall fell, it took socialism and communism with it. It feels that way now. Ken Martin, chair of the DNC, says that the Dems must show voters that they are the party of laws and border security. In other words, he just said, we have to show voters that we're no longer Democrats, which is like the mafia saying we will not lend money at extremely high interest rates. Because sadly for Ken, the Dems still haven't changed. They still push grievance, socialism, violence, and theft. But it's not just the messaging, it's the results. Homelessness, crime, migrant violence, an economy designed to preserve bureaucracy. I mean, how can you raise 100 mil for the LA fires and not manage to build one house? Meanwhile, students in blue city schools are so dumb, even Leo DiCaprio won't date them. The NEA handbook actually says that educators must acknowledge white supremacy culture as a primary root cause of institutional racism and white privilege. Imagine sending your kid into that communist factory. You'd be better off leaving them with Charlie Sheen. Meanwhile, you have cities that look like The Walking Dead, ICE officers fighting for their lives, and recidivist criminals given more rights than their victims. The Democrat Party is a dictatorship within a republic, separated from the rest of us and bent on self-preservation. But perhaps no more. Do the Dems think they can actually recover from stuff like this? There's a better chance Ozzy Osbourne will be touring next year. Oh, he loves us. Give Trump his due. Despite endless legal warfare, a media hit squad, bogus indictments, and metal whizzing through his ear like he was at a piercing pagoda, he never backed down. Apparently, it helps to have a president who lives in the real world, who could bring investment into the country instead of MS-13 gangsters. And his results? The latest Wall Street Journal poll has the GOP steadily rising while the Dems plummet. Voters trust Trump's Republican Party more on immigration, the economy, foreign policy. To put it politely, Trump is curb stomping these know-nothing bitches.
And the Wall Street Journal poll is a liberal friggin' poll.
Help. Even dried up lefties are saying the country is moving toward Trump.
To be honest with you, the country is moving towards Trump. I mean, these polls that come out and show him not doing well, I don't buy that. I think his strength is still greater than the Democratic strength. He is a stronger public figure than the Democratic people. I mean, Obama still has tremendous charisma, but Trump has strength. And I think that's what all voters look for. But they wanted a president who is a strong figure. And he's got it.
All these old guys do their podcasts sitting on the toilet.
You know, that's Gutfield's way of being like, these old ninjas gotta go.
Straining, anguished faces, hunched over. I mean, that's just like, I don't know. But when Chris is giving up on you, you're in trouble. I mean, that's like Hillary Clinton boycotting rope. I don't even...
Yo, Saul, we was just talking about this before I went on the air. Yeah, a couple people hung themselves around Hillary, bloody Hillary. Yo, we was just talking about this, Saul. Man. Yo, all right, hold on. Let's take a pause for the cause. Thank all you guys for supporting the stream. We only 45 minutes in. And we got Kwame and Quiet Storm. They showed up. So we got another by the numbers segment at the end of the night, too. And I'm gonna read these, and I'm gonna do a group drop for everybody so we can get back to the show. Ever Reed with the $5 super chat. He said, "What's up with all these crackheads? Maybe this is why Hunter's exposing. I guess exposing the powder fest is better than exposing those Stein connections." Exactly. And I think Trump's kind of going scorched earth. He's releasing Democrat names since they want to play games. Quiet Storm with $5 super chat. He said, Gutfeld roast all of them. Yeah, I like watching his segment live. Hit me with Keisha in Iran. Oh, matter of fact, here's your drop you sent me, Storm.
I'm here to pick up my kids right now, dead ass.
Yo, and did I still got Keisha in Iran? I might have to load Keisha in Iran, but here, I'll give you this one. I'll load Keisha in Iran for you.
I can't go slow, bitch. My AC don't work.
Damn, Monique. Not my whip.
I dare a hoe to tell me the ice cream machine broke. Damn, this shit good. This what Quandale said to cool it off with.
A massive gizzard has buried Kamlambus in 2 feet of dongload. Locals blame the lack of preparation on Mayor Linda P. Slurp.
The city of Columbus is reeling today after an unprecedented event. What officials are calling a gizzard has left downtown streets.
All right, bet. And let's get back to it. We got Saul with $5 super chat. He said, "It's hilarious. They've been losing sleep strategizing and nothing seems to work." Facts. All right. This sequence is for Saul and Mr. Irvin Reed. Let's go.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. Fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. Fuck all you hoes.
We got more pricey games coming up in the second half of the show. Don't go away, folks. We got more pricey games coming up in the second half of the show. Don't go away, folks. We got more pricey games coming up.
Riker, my good fortune is your good fortune.
I don't need your fantasy women.
Oh, you're so stolid. You weren't like that before the beard. Very well.
All right, bet. Let me check the chat out real quick. Yo, what up, Raph? He said they have to give us reparations for. Oh wait, they have to give us reparations for us to show them any attention. That's a whole fact, though. That's a whole fact, though. I mean, and here's a. No matter which direction you fall in this, because I heard the various arguments against it. But here's the problem now, though. With any type of this various argument against it, the very fact that $500 billion, maybe $1 trillion, were just directly given to people during the Biden administration. So we're talking about just a 4-year period. Many of them gang members from prisons of other countries, et cetera, with them just crossing the border. And this was given out to millions and millions of people. The argument that there's no money to give for even a segment of FBA people, that there's no money for rappers, even if they do it incrementally, like, a portion of the population at a time, and simultaneously money was being sent to Ukraine and whatnot. So it's a lie that the money's not there. So on the basis of that alone, the fact that a payout can't be made is fallacious. And then recently, who's first? Tito had made the payout being contingent on in light of Jim Crow, on the Jim Crow auspices, which is a novel argument. The first I'd heard it, and it was very well thought out. So you got that, and then to Dennis Sperling's credit, he's laid out one of the best legal arguments I've heard for it. So that's a legal argument. He's a trial lawyer and he does class action lawsuits. He knows how he's well versed in this. And even his argument that he made out with regard to African countries. So the range or scope and range of the argument for reparations is far broader than it ever has been, and that in conjunction with the current precedent of the enormous amount of resources being allocated to millions and millions of non-U.S. citizens with no questions asked, no social security numbers, no nothing. That flies in the face of resources not being available and the inability for those funds to be distributed in any way to FBAs, if not all, incrementally, one third of FBA population at a time. So on those premises alone, I'm like, fuck you, pay me. What we got going on in the chat? Saul says, and even if you have non-citizens saying they don't want to pay their taxes to reparations, get the hell out of here. Hell yeah. Quiet Storm, I've never forgot they had illegals in, yeah, exactly, 4-star hotels, and American veterans and seniors were sleeping on the streets below them in New York. Yo, that's what I'm saying. The Biden administration ripped they ripped the Band-Aid off of everything. They showed you behind the curtain with this Wizard of Oz shit. Well, Brooklyn said, didn't Governor Newsom already renege on reparations? He did, with the help of the Congressional Black Caucus over in California. And then my follow-up question with regard to that, which goes to a point that I continuously double down on, those black members of the Congressional Black Caucus in California who cast the deciding vote against reparations, they have brown skin. The follow-up question is, are they FBAs? This is the point that I'm making. You got people in brown face, but if they're non-FBA, that means you got tethers actively voting against your interests, while at the same time trying to put their hand in your pocket, and you the goofies that put them in power over you. And this is why we need black men politically astute and aware and active for simple things like this. Not no march in the street, white man bad shit. No, we ain't got time for none of that shit. You gotta get the right motherfuckers in office. We need niggas LLC and up. We need niggas forming private corporations, trusts and foundations. You know what I'm saying? Where the money can't be touched. If they come at, that's what we need. Not this goof. Not all this goofy 1965 old nigga shit. Yo, that shit dead, cuz. Lord of Brooklyn, not necessarily. The committee backed off the bill when Newsom threatened to veto it. They never brought it to a vote, and the committee was all black people, which goes to the point I was making, Quiet Storm. And it goes either way. Are they FBAs? And then if they are FBAs, then of course they're Democrats. So that goes to the other part of the argument. Alexander X, yo, member for 16 months. Shout out to you. Hold on, just off the GP with that. Good evening, gentlemen, and hit the like button. Yo, Alexander X in the chat and in the building. A member for 16 months, man. I ain't even gonna lie, that caught me off guard, homeboy. That shit caught me off guard. Yo, salute to you, Alexander X. This drops for you.
We got more pricey games coming up in the second half of the show. Don't go away, folks. We got more pricey games coming up in the second half of the show. Don't go away, folks. We got more pricey games coming up.
And you get one of these.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. And fuck all you hoes. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. And fuck all you. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do. And fuck all you hoes.
Damn, man, time fly. I remember when you first found our channel, Alexander. Damn, so you've been holding us down consistently for over a year and a half, man. Appreciate you, bro. I remember when you first popped up in the motherfucking chat, homie. Where's Sigma? That you in the building? Yo, Sigma, man. I gotta reshare a couple of your drawers. I ain't get a chance to do it today. Yo, you killing them on the community tab, homie. Some of them drawers is funny, and I like the FBA Black Men joint you posted today too. Yo, but you be killing them on the community tab, man. I see you, Playboy. Yo, back at it again. Did we get any? Did we shake anybody out? Another Keisha. Hold on. Aaron Lauren. You did it again. Hold on. Yo, if you got a membership from Quiet Storm, please say thank you and what's up to them in the chat. And Aaron, please thank Quiet Storm for your membership. You did it again. Because it show you now who gets the draw. So, Cloud Watcher. Yeah, Aaron, please thank Quiet Storm for the membership. Alexander, yeah, Quiet Storm is shaking about the bushes, bro. Aaron is a Becky. Yes, she is. Please thank Quiet Storm for the membership. And I'm glad you watched the content, Aaron. Glad you watched the content. I'm flattered. He's a funny boss, Storm. Shout out to Quiet Storm. I gotta give him a goddamn John DeMarco too, because this is the second time he done gifted out some memberships. Motherfucker.
John DeMarco. John DeMarco.
Hell yeah. And Quiet Storm specials. Quiet Storm got his own drop and shit.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do.
Red Singer said this. The posts keep you from getting strikes. I could believe it. Let me see. We can't forget Byron Donalds is against Reps. Yeah, he's Jamaican. Yeah, we disagree with him on that. We definitely disagree with him on that. Me and Saul are the 80-20 rule. If I agree with you 80%, we good. Yeah, Quiet Storm had done it again. Wherever say Shadow Clone Jiu-Jitsu, hell yeah. It say on my analytics that we got a 20% female audience. Y'all guys don't never see them in the chat, because it's a no Keisha zone.
Even get that joke. So what's left for today's Dems? Well, they and their buddies in the media have spent so long building themselves a fortress of fantasy, where crime is compassion, men are women, borders are optional, and dementia is considered mentally sharp. But when your whole enterprise gets exposed, it may not be possible to survive. You know, there was a point when the USSR saw that the jig was up, a realization set off by the Berlin Wall falling. Biden was that wall for the Dems, an artifice erected to keep us apart, but revealed to be no longer functioning. And once the cover-up of his incapacity was exposed, the wall came down. The Dems quickly grabbed another candidate, but it felt like just another wall, or one as dumb as one.
Yo, that freeze frame on Kamala is shout out to AC is nasty work, bruh. Look at that. She looked like she just sniffed the line and took a shot. Like, this reminds me of when I was back in college. Choo choo.
Now, the party may continue down this road, but they can only persuade the dumb and uninformed because everyone else is leaving. It's like when the wall fell, humanity only fled one way. No one flees back into a sinking ship, especially when sinking is exactly what it deserves. Let's welcome tonight's guest. Police uses comedy to clear homeless encampment. Comedian Joe Mackey.
All right, bet. That's all I wanted from that. I wanted the monologue. Spot on. Irvin Reed with the $5 super chat. He said, we out here doing news and Quiet Storm is playing gotcha games. Laughing my ass off. Hashtag FRU hosts, content farming and ish. Hit the like button and support the goddamn show. You goddamn right.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too.
All right, bet. Let's do this. All right, let me say this. Perfect Square in the building. I see you, Playboy. What's up with you, man? What's up with you? Lord of Brooklyn say you stupid. What do you say? What do you say? I just saw that. Uh, that is Harlequin Joker's daughter disguised as Kamala. Hell yeah. You seen during the election time because I went full meme warfare on Kamala. I got that joint. They got her joint looking like the Joker, the Cesar Romero version. Yo, yo, whoever y'all new guys coming in with names, I ain't mad at y'all. I don't even remember what the other one was. Something at the juke joint. No tethers at the juke joint. This guy's name is Keisha ain't got no job no more. I'm all for it. This might be hot sauce. Byron Donalds is a tether, and on an Obama scale, he might say some good things, but competent FBA men must vote him out of office. A foreigner being against our reparations can't be tolerated. I'm with you half and half on that. We'll see how. We'll see how it plays out with his bid and run in Florida. But I will say this. That being the case, that same type of intensity needs to be directed toward all your congressional black caucus who are primarily Democrats, because they have been the primary ones voting against these reparation initiatives. And the oldest old nigga of them all, James Clyburn, flat out of his mouth said, y'all ain't getting shit. He said that shit. The oldest old nigga. So before we start worrying about the one black guy over on the Republican Party, Mr. Byron Donalds, like I said, policy-wise, aside from that, we pretty much agree with him on most things. He'd be taking it to the mainstream media. He did his part getting Trump elected, which was in our best interest as far as we were concerned. We got to clean house one floor at a time. That's what I'm saying. And right now, the immediate, you know what? I am a student of history. I go to sleep listening either to Seinfeld, old reruns of Seinfeld, or stuff on the History Channel. Here's a fun fact. Going to sleep the other night, because I didn't know this. Woodrow Wilson, so was a Democrat. All his family members were knights of the Royal Knights of the Ku Klux Klan. He had Birth of a Nation premiered in the White House. He's the one who enacted Jim Crow laws. Democrat. So you got to understand the irony of what I'm saying here. You get these black Democrats yelling and screaming about Jim Crow and how Trump's going to take us back to Jim Crow, and this is just like Jim Crow and the James Clyburns. They're in the party that enacted Jim Crow. Do y'all goofies get that? Yup, there you go, Lord of Brooklyn. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I remember Clyburn got confronted at his annual fish fry, and the opponent almost had fish grease thrown on him. That is exactly the reference I'm talking about. And he got mad and indignant. They caught him on camera, and he was like, "I keep telling, don't ask me about no damn. You better be happy with what you got." He talk about the fish, nigga. You better be happy with this fish. But you need reparations for. Don't you see I gave you this fish fry and I'm vote Democrat? Oh, Steven ass nigga. Breaking news, Trump has just announced another trade deal, with South Korea. I saw that right before I went on, for $350 billion in investments, $100 billion in energy, and 15% tariff on South Korea, and no tariffs on the U.S. This man is a money machine. And all of these commitments have to be honored during his term. So Trump's basically negotiating like, I need that money now. I need that money now. Details are in my WhatsApp. Thank you, sir. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Okay, I got everything. All right. So here's another one. So I'll be telling me that we need to keep doubling down on our wins collectively in this space, in terms of the conversations that we have. I know it seems like an everyday thing now, but a year or plus ago, prior to Trump being in office, it wasn't an everyday thing for us to have casual policy and political conversations here in the space like it ain't nothing. We've kind of helped make that, normalize that. Perfect square. Yep. Yeah, we need them goddamn semiconductors. You spot on. Spot on. So Trump, Saul, we want me to double down on these wins. Indicators of our actual influence in the real world. If you guys recall, we prevented Stacey Abrams from getting elected to governor. We are a contributing factor to Kamala losing. You see at the last minute. Hey, Storm, that's for you. Storm, this is for you. That's for you, Storm. Aaron Laura says, good evening. I just got notified of a gifted membership, but they don't mention who they're from. Sliding through to say thank you. I do sometimes listen when I'm up late. Thank you. Thank you for listening as well, Laura. And I believe Quiet Storm is in the chat. He randomly gifted you a membership, so you get to see all the special sauce, all the episodes that are not on the main, that are hidden on from the main channel. We do the news every night. Thanks for stopping through, and occasionally stop by and drop us a super chat. We'd appreciate it. What was I saying? Yeah, so Storm, Quiet Storm, thank you. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Look at you making friends, Storm. Making friends. We need a drop for that.
Riker, my good fortune is your good fortune.
I don't need your fantasy women.
Oh, you're so stolid. You weren't like that before the beard. Very well.
My nigga.
All right, bet. So, as you know, like months ago, we put the Jasmine Crockett in our crosshairs, and we all right, hold on. Let me check my Cash App. Thanks, Perfect Storm. We put Crockett in our crosshairs. We've done Sunday evening segments on her. I've posted innumerable shorts and long form content on her. And she's slowly taken her L. So this is the recent. This is Faulkner focus. I actually like Harris Faulkner. But But this is the latest on old Jasmine Crockett. And, you know, we're trying to get the black Republican guy who's a veteran down there to win in her district. We'll see how that goes. But she did just lose the vote to get the oversight committee seat, taking her down a notch. So let's take this one from the top.
Jasmine Crockett at the center of a political twister. Again, the Congresswoman from Texas has made waves by mocking Republicans and also fighting with people inside of her own party. So you see the screen, dim darling or dim danger. A new profile on Jasmine Crockett paints.
Seriously, Storm? Are you wait? I didn't put it all on. I thought you was in the chat. He said, "Wait, what did I miss?" I was looking up the James Clyburn clip. Yo, you funny. Yo, Aaron popped up in the chat looking for you, bruh. Here, I'll put it back on the screen. Put a one in the chat if you in the chat, Storm. You was up there looking at the clock. Yeah, she popped in the chat for you. She got a notification that she got I guess you didn't see that she got a membership for the month. So she said, "Good evening. I just got notified of a gifted membership, but they don't mention who they're from. Sliding through to say thank you. I do sometimes listen when I'm up late. Thank you." And I told her Quiet Storm gifted her the membership, and she should direct her thank yous at you. I thought you were in the chat, but yeah, that's what you missed. Thank you, Aaron, for dropping in person. And like I said, feel free to watch and feel free to drop a super chat sometime. Let's go.
Her as a brash, self-promoting, and image-obsessed, right down to her lock screen photo of her own face. After finding out the reporter had interviewed her colleague, she tried to pull the plug on the story. Some Democrats are comparing Crockett's combative style to arson. Ooh, here's what that sounds like.
Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Only thing hot about him is that he is a hot mess, honey.
You could tell Donald Trump anything tonight.
I would tell him to grow a spine and stop being Putin's. It's Ted Cruz. I mean, like, this dude has to be knocked over the head, like, hard.
Okay, that's really where the issue is, though. I mean, the whole violent I mean, that's there's no place in politics for that. Mark Meredith is on Capitol Hill. Mark.
Harris, good morning to you. Well, Congresswoman Crockett, she's still relatively new to Washington, but as you showed, she's made quite the splash, becoming one of the most outspoken members on the left and looks like a rising star within the Democratic Party. But Crockett's rocket to stardom also...
Crockett's rocket? No pun intended. No pun intended. Storm says, interesting. If she gets notified of gifted membership, that means other people do too. Noted. And Aaron says, at Quiet Storm, thank you. I'll take full advantage. And thank you, Machismo TV, for the daily content. I noticed you're on a lot more lately. Yeah, we are on a lot more lately. Hope you've been getting the notifications because people are telling me they weren't being sent out. Yeah, we're doing this. Yeah, we're streaming daily now. We're doing the news Monday through Friday. That's also courtesy of Quiet Storm. And while we are at it, I see you, Playboy. Yo. I got you. Yo, this one's for Perfect Square. He said, thank you for the Cash App, and he says, Price is Right, please.
We got more pricey games coming up in the second half of the show. Don't go away, folks. We got more pricey games coming up in the second half of the show. Don't go away, folks. We got more pricey games coming up.
All right, bet. No, Storm, she said it doesn't mention who gifted it. It just let me see. Okay, yeah. She said it doesn't mention who gifted it. It just says that she got gifted from the channel. All right, bet. Yeah, Crockett Rocket, right? Isn't that funny? No pun intended. Oh, that's coffee mug and meme worthy. Points Point taken. Oh yeah, put her face on it that says Crockett Rocket. That is meme worthy. I'll put that on the whiteboard. We might have to make a Crockett Rocket mug. You said that made your day? Yo, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. We be accidentally getting our best drops. Like accidentally. Like the Vato was an accident, and this joint was an accident. This here, I'll give it to you one more.
We got more pricey games coming up in the second half of the show. Don't go away, folks. We got more pricey games coming up in the second half of the show. Don't go away, folks. We got more pricey games coming up.
All right, bet. Let's get back at it.
Comes at a cost. This week, The Atlantic publishing a lengthy profile of the 44-year-old. There was a lot of focus on her desire to make controversial comments. The Atlantic writing, Crockett is testing out the coarser insult comedy style attacks the GOP has embraced under Trump, the general idea being that the Republicans go low, the Democrats should meet them there. But the article points out Crockett is still trying to shape her image and reportedly even tried to shut down this piece after the reporter involved reached out to multiple House members for their take on her. President Trump has certainly noticed what Crockett's been saying, making it clear that she could be the face of the party going forward. But pundits suggest that's not necessarily a recipe for success in Congress.
We've got a certain generation or class of lawmakers who have come in and they think being in Congress is about celebrity. It's about fame. I mean, these are people for whom the most dangerous place is to stand between them and a television camera.
Crockett is also...
Oh, you caught that? See, I thought it was just me. You say, "Woo, that photo was rough." Yeah, the close up with the HD cameras don't be doing her no justice. She looked like her wig stink, bro. Looked like she got a stinky wig.
Also criticizing some far-left members who've embarked on the Fight Oligarchy tour. And one thing that's clear, Harris, that she still looks like she's going to speak out, whether it's against President Trump or even members of her own party. But we'll see whether or not her stardom lasts. Harris.
All right. Well, she's doing great against Democrats, though, in her own district. Texas 21 down in Texas. I mean, you can't argue with that. Democrats, I understand why they're nervous. The closest person to her is 15 points behind, and that's Representative Colin Allred. So if you're on the left, you don't like this woman. All right. Good to see you. Thank you. Clay Travis, founder of Outkick.com. I get it why the Dems are mad. Do you?
I think that Jasmine Crockett needs to stop being a coward and announce that she's going to run for the Senate in Texas and be the Democrat nominee, Harris. Look, she's brilliant. She's articulate. She's incredibly well-spoken. I think the Texans out there deserve to spend more time hearing her arguments, deserve to see her more on the statewide and national and international stage. I think she should be the face of the Democrat Party. The Atlantic's doing profiles of her. She's got her own face on her phone, which, by the way, I can't even keep up the farce here. I've never even heard of anybody doing that, like as their lock screen, your own face is the picture. But she should live up to her own high aspirations and run for Senate and become not only the face of her own phone screen, but the face of the Democrat Party. I think America needs her.
I'm going to leave that screen thing just right there because my team knows that I have done that in the past. I'll get an honor and I'll put myself on my screen. Yeah. But the part I don't like, getting people to be violent against the sitting senator, Ted Cruz. I mean, there's part of her so-called game that is unacceptable. Right? And if she wants to stare at herself, I don't really care as long as she doesn't profess hurt for somebody else. President Trump reacted to Miranda Devine's sarcastic suggestion for a brand new Dem ticket. Watch this.
How about Crockett? Crockett's their new star.
Yeah, that's right.
And she's a low IQ person.
Well, it might be her and Hunter Biden. They could do a joint
Oh,
ticket.
this would be something. No, these people are crazy, so you never know.
Hunter Biden and Jasmine Crockett on a ticket. What do you think?
Well, we already know what Hunter Biden's tagline could be, make crack great again, which he seemed super infatuated with when he did his most recent podcast interview. But you mentioned Jasmine Crockett. She gets attention. I don't think she gets attention for the right reasons. The Ted Cruz comment was ridiculous, but also I think the governor Hot Wheels comment.
Ooh,
when you
awful.
have the governor, who I think has done a fabulous job, Greg Abbott, that is in a wheelchair because he was hit by a falling tree during a storm, and he's overcome that incredible adversity to become one of the strongest leaders of any state in the country now, and Texas is thriving. And I don't think Texans are going to respond well to this. And I think privately it's why they're all panicked that she might try to hoist that standard bearer image and become the nominee for Democrats in the Senate, because she might well win, and then she would get trounced in that race.
Yeah, I mean, it's important, as you're pointing out, to know the difference between kind of mocking her for some silly picture versus the stuff that she does that is legitimately wrong and can endanger people. Like, there is a huge difference. All right. The woke outrage machine is back. Did it ever really leave, though? This time, it's targeting blue jeans. American Eagle's new ad campaign.
Bet. I see everyone covering this American Eagles ad thing. We're actually probably going to touch on a piece of that on Sunday. What are y'all talking about? A Jiffy Pop crackpot ticket. Yeah, yo, exactly. Crack smoke and wig smoke, the perfect match. If Hunter Biden run, they will roast him effortlessly. Let me see. Ideogram might be a good idea for the Crockett Rocket logo. It's good with words or Leonardo AI. If you're not familiar with both, I believe they are commercial use. I know Leonardo is. Shoot me the email on that, 'cause I see you getting busy on the AI comic books and stuff. Yeah, your stuff be tight, Sigma. Wait, who did I miss? There was somebody in here. Here we go. A Negus who reads. Where was that at? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, y'all popping in here with some good names. A Negus who reads. But what Jasmine Crockett doesn't realize is that she doesn't check all the boxes. Yes, she's a feminist. Yes, she's a Democrat. But she is not a foreign black. So Dems won't allow her to advance. I think you're spot on with that. Like, that's kind of what we... Listen. The Democratic Party has such disdain for FBA blacks, because those are the ones they enslaved, is that they orchestrated a coup right on top of us. They're like, okay, if we got to elevate blacks, we'll elevate the foreign blacks over the FBA blacks, and we'll do it right in their faces. And then we don't have to be the ones, the face of standing in the way of the advancements that they want. We'll let the foreign blacks do it, but they have brown faces. They did the same thing with Obama. He's Kenyan and Caucasian. There's nothing black about him. Said it's not that serious. It's the liberals who have an issue with it. Yeah, facts. Oh yeah, exactly. Most of them don't even wear American. Oh yeah, this is all, and bro, it's all plus size women, and Keisha's upset about it. Do you know what I mean? It's all plus size women. But we're gonna cover a section on this on Sunday, because we're gonna do it in conjunction with. I posted Destro Reborn's video. He did it today. But I had posted the photo meme of it maybe 2 weeks ago. So when I was shocked when I seen Destro did a video of it, I said, I've already sent it to Tito. So we're going to cover it this Sunday, and we'll cover this in conjunction with it. Yeah. More subterfuge. So we don't need to go over that. Let's jump to another segment. Guys, damn, this went fast, guys. We're at the 1 hour, 29-minute mark. Yeah, Destro roasted the hell out of him. We've been a fan of Destro for a long time. I think we've been playing Destro in the clip show since season 1 or season 2. Facts, Jasmine Crockett is cosplaying a hood rat for millions. Exactly, because she is a multimillionaire now. She didn't come in there a multimillionaire. She could have been the real deal, but she chose to bootleg. That is a fact. She actually could have been the real deal. Well, the Brooklyn says Joey. Oh, see, I don't know about all of the backlash on that, but I saw a piece of it with this Hulk Hogan thing, which is another thing. Hulk Hogan is a character, like, you know what I'm saying? All right, so what? He didn't want his daughter dating black guys. Like, I don't care. He's still Hulk Hogan, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Hulk Hogan, the character, the wrestling character. Joey Swole thought he could play both sides against the middle by rejecting Hogan. At same time he passed away. Now Joe's fan base have less, and the mob will not accept them. Facts. Exactly. Yeah, Lord Destro be vicious with no restraint. Cobra, la 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 la. Whoa, 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 whoa. He called us coloreds? Wow. See, I don't know what he said, but I saw some of it trending on my timeline earlier. Yeah, but all this bashed Hulk Hogan while he's dead, that shit goofy, guys. That shit goofy. I fuck with Hulk Hogan. The wrestler, the wrestling character. That's from my childhood. All right, let's play. Let's do this. What do we got? What do I got on the docket? Let's do we got enough time? Lefties losing it. We already did Governor Mills. We could talk about Powell tomorrow with the rates. I already touched on that. Let's take a look at this Senate map for Biden numbers. Let's see what we got. Well, you know what? I got that queued up, but let me do a piece of this first. Since we actually were just talking about it. This is a perfect. Let's just talk, since we was touching on it in the chat. Let's talk about it. Let's fucking talk about it. Hold on. Let's talk about it. Let's fucking talk about it. This is a perfect example of the conversation we were just having. Let's get into this a little bit. Fuck it. Let's go off script a little bit. I had this queued up for like 2 days. We was just talking about pardon me, the Democratic Party basically being the natural enemy of the FBA man. Historically. We got this old dried up prune of a man, Sharpton, who's been a traitor since the 60s. My people knew Sharpton way back then when he was running with James Brown. He always been a snake and a Fed. That being said, paid Democratic operative, paid misinformationist, etc., etc. We were just having a conversation in the chat about Crockett because she's not an immigrant. They won't since she's a real FBA from where's she from? Illinois or Indiana? There's only so far she's going to be able to advance in the Democratic Party because they will not let the people that they used to own call any shots over here. And the only reason Obama got rid of it because he's Kenyan and half white. So this is a perfect example of this. Minneapolis has or Minnesota has a Very huge Somalian population. So this is Sharpton. He said, bro looked more sinister back then when he was fat. He looked like an Ozempic beta tester. You think he was one of the first ones on human trials? That's funny. So, she said he looked like a wax figure. Yo, y'all going. Oh, what's this on the Hawk joint? It's a terrible argument to make. Hogan has been in the public eye for 40 years. There are people who would have loved, yeah, exactly, if as a racist, yeah. These entertainers have a new standard now. No, exactly. And like I said, it's fucking Hulk Hogan. Everybody take a bunch of seats, bro. And if you don't get what I'm saying, like it's fucking Hulk Hogan, like you don't get it. Like we don't know him personally. Like we're talking Hulk Hogan, the character. We grew up on that. But this is a piece of this segment that I'm going to play, and this might bleed over, and then we may not end up doing all of the by the numbers segment. But we started talking, so I'm gonna present this as an example of what I'm talking about. So Minnesota has a huge Somalian population, so this is coordinated. You got Al Sharpton, paid operative, helping usher in the next generation of non-FBAs into the political class to rule over the FBAs. So I want you to watch a piece of this interview. This is recent. This is how many days ago? This is 3 days ago on MSNBC.
We've been taking a special look at the challenges and opportunities facing America's mayors today and in the future.
Yeah, Omar Fatah. That's who got the endorsement. Let's go.
We're joined now by a candidate who has a shot to be Minneapolis' next mayor, Minnesota State Senator Omar Fatah. He joins me now. Omar, this week, you won the endorsement from the Minnesota Democratic Farmer Labor Party, or DFL, Minnesota's version of the Democratic Party. What issues do you feel propelled you into winning this endorsement?
Thank you so much, Rep, for having me on here. Minneapolis is a city that has been through a lot. It's been through the murder of George Floyd, a global pandemic, an affordable housing emergency. And throughout the entire time, our current mayor has failed to meet the moment. He's blocked and vetoed solutions that would have supported renters, our essential workers, our unhoused neighbors. And he's been set on, rather than protecting the everyday person or people, protecting the status quo. Following the murder of George Floyd, he's pledged to reform public safety, but 5 years later.
And this is what I'm talking about. They be using FBA hardship as a pretext to like stand on and legitimize themselves. I found more footage of him speaking to the Somali community there where he's at in Minnesota. And he basically said that his main his number one priority and objective is to make sure that the Somali community gets as much resources as possible and that they are able to send as much of those resources back to Somalia. And those resources being tax dollars from the tax base. You understand what I'm saying to you? When you vote people in whose interests are not aligned with yours. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Perfect Square said, bro, look hungry. Nigga, you wrong. He said, bro, Y'all niggas are stupid. He said, bro, look hungry.
Let's be nice. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
Yeah. No, and I'm making this point because it is insidious what is going on. Circumventing resources away from FBA communities, individuals, etc., siphoning those dollars into another community, and then sending those dollars out of the U.S. back to another country.
There's still no plan. In 2017, when he originally ran for mayor, he promised to end homelessness by 2022. But right now, there are more folks that are unhoused than when he took office. He's promised to stand with our immigrants and our workers, but he sided with Uber. He vetoed rideshare and labor protections, and he had MPD collaborate with ICE in targeting our immigrant communities. So this election has always been about.
See, he's anti-ICE. Why would he be anti-ICE? Most FBAs ain't anti-ICE. Ever read you wrong for that shit. He said that forehead. Y'all niggas are stupid. He said that head say he don't eat with utensils.
Let's be nice. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
Yo, y'all niggas is wildin'. No dude said for 89 cents a day. Yo, if you ain't seen them commercials in the 80s and 90s, you don't get this shit. For 80, this is some Sally Struthers shit. Yo, he said for 89 cents a day, he could be your next mayor.
Let's be nice. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
Y'all niggas, whoa, shit. Nigga. That's funny. Red Sigma says Somalians say they ain't black till power or money is up for grabs. That's the whole fact. Where's Sally? I see, yeah, it's perfect square though. Bro's a big alien about it. Roger from American Dad, yo.
My nigga.
Woo. Yo. Men in Black forecast right here. Where do you keep your dad? Y'all niggas is funny, bro. Man. Yeah, it was 10 cents a day. It was 10 cents a day. Bro. Yeah, but this is what's going on in real time, bro. And that's why we double down hard on these political conversations. Because it's insidious going on. Like, we was already in a resource war here, FBAs anyway, just in general. And now resources that are set aside for us is being siphoned off. I mean, black men ain't the FBA black men ain't really getting none of them joints anyway, so it don't directly hurt us like that, but it could play for other stuff. The Keishas is feeling the brunt of it, but in terms of politics and political office and making broad sweeping decisions for us, like, yeah, y'all got to stop. And like I said, it's happened mostly in Democratic strongholds, but we got to get these motherfuckers out of office. Like, brown skin ain't nothing. If you ain't FBA, you shouldn't be being elected to office over FBAs. My personal fucking opinion.
Who the people trust to lead at this time, and we need leadership that is rooted in both compassion and justice, not just performative politics.
Now, you beat out the incumbent mayor, Jacob Frey, for the DFLS's endorsement. He has vowed to challenge the result. I got to know Frey during the 2020 George Floyd demonstrations, and I did the eulogy there. And I dealt with a lot of the activists in the streets, some who were complaining about what you're saying, some supportive of him. What do you think were the key points of contrast between the two of you that got you the endorsement?
Well, I'm honored to be the DFL endorsed candidate. And what we saw was last week, candidates showed up on the weekend that they were ready to move towards the progressive wing of the party. And we were successful in achieving the first endorsement of a challenger against an incumbent since the party's founding in 1944, which is huge. So this endorsement has been a clear message that.
And what I'm saying is, guys, what's important about this is him getting the endorsement and being, it's just like Al Sharpton just asked him, like, out of all the people, how did you get? So that means a decision was made somewhere higher up the food chain, circulated down the food chain, and now the endorsement and the money is behind him. He's a senator too, by the way. Y'all niggas better wake up. Quiet Storm with the $5 super chat. He said, my tax dollars going to feed some ninjas that don't like me. Facts. Don't care about me and don't fight for my interests. I hate the D-rats with a passion. And on, I do as well. On that note, though, I will say, I can't be mad at my enemy for doing their fucking job. We got to do our job. And part of the job, our job, has been having these conversations and getting brothers to start thinking about what's in it for me and stop blindly voting with these quiches, because these quiches will walk. Shout out to AC. These quiches have the uncanny ability to turn one bum into two bums.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do.
All right, let's go. Let's finish this segment out.
Our city and our residents are just done with broken promises. They are tired of the endless vetoes and politics as usual. We see it as a mandate to build a city that works for everyone. And from day one, our campaign has been telling folks that people deserve a mayor that works as hard as they do. And that's been key. We've been building a broad coalition from workers, union members, teachers, transit riders, and immigrants, and also just longtime DFLers who have been loyal to the party, but are done with excuses and want to see real meaningful change.
Now, nationally, there has been some attention brought to the fact that Frey is Jewish and you are Muslim, and you have differing stances on the war in Gaza. Let me ask you, how has the Mideast issue played and has it been a major role in this campaign?
Well, as senator representing South Minneapolis, right after October 7th, I condemned the violence both by Hamas, but also the Israeli government. And in the same...
Bang, there you go right there. So you brown face. FBAs in general don't give a damn. I mean, that's between Israel and Palestine. They've been fighting for generations, and they will continue to. And the conflicts in that region in and of itself go back 1,000+ years. We worried about black boys being able to read above a 4th or 8th grade reading level. We ain't concerned about our resources getting sent overseas. We ain't worried about condemning Israel. We'll let Trump and the federal government take care of that. We got shit to build. You see what I'm saying? The interests he's advocating for are not in our interests. He's using the pretense of George Floyd and all that other stuff to get in political position, and then the issues he's lobbying for are international Muslim immigrant issues. Like, bro, I'm talking about. We're gonna do the extended version of this on the Sunday show as well. I'm actually glad I previewed this here. So we got 2 segments then. We're gonna do that Destro, the black chick who literally turned herself into a white woman. It's crazy. And we're gonna do the long extended version of this. Irvin Reed with the $10 super chat. He says, exactly. We got to focus on what we can do and who we can do it with. That is a whole fact. The Roger Report was just talking about this. Shout out to Roger Report. And shout out to Hot Sauce if he still be over there in the morning. I'll be missing Roger's show in the morning sometime now. We can't be worried nor surprised when certain folks do as expected. That is spot on. Spot on. That is the other thing. Like, all this getting mad that people are doing shit that's not in your interest. Of course they're not going to. They're not on your team. Take care of your side of the field, brother. Really?
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck all you hoes. Don't give a damn, bitch, what you wanna do.
Good night, Aaron. She said, Aaron Lauren, who's been gifted a membership by Quiet Storm, said, I'm off and have a good night, gentlemen. Thanks again, Quiet Storm. I went and read some of the comments y'all made before I showed up. Y'all ain't shit. Have a good night. Yo, this is Gail's Drop. Welcome to being a member of the channel. If you have been watching the channel all this time, or at least for a long time, you should, in some way, be familiar with this drop. Good night, Aaron.
Yo, kids, they need to know I'm here to fuck you. I don't wanna know your name, yo, kids, they need to know I'm here to fuck you. Get the fuck on, ain't no shame. I'm here to fuck. 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 Watch this bridge, y'all. I'm here to fuck.
All right, guys, that is a wrap. We're at the 1 hour, 52 minute mark. You know, I got to make it under 2 hours so I can put this puppy in rotation. Thank you. Oh, hold on. My poll. All right, our poll is in. Question was, do you plan on voting Democrat in 2026 and 2028? We have an astounding 100% no. 100% no. And that may seem like nothing because it's only a few votes, but we are sentiment analysis over here. We're a fractal of the general consensus going out into the internetosphere. Irvin Reed, Gail set the standard for the ladies like Hector for the fellas. Facts. Facts. Umar's song, I'll load Umar's song up. Yeah, I guess it is time to reload the Umar song in light of all of the goofiness, use a whole hoe out chair. Buck dancing. All right, we're gonna bring the Umar buck dancing back by popular demand. All right, gentlemen, that is a wrap. Ah, man, thank you for showing up once again on a weekday. I keep saying again and again and again, I am overwhelmingly surprised that I'm able to hold an audience by myself 5 days a week, and that you are fairly entertained. Thank you kindly. It is flattering. Standard Sunday show, you guys know the drill. Tomorrow is Thursday. We got the sit down with Obsidian. I believe it is 9 o'clock Eastern Standard. I'll post the thumbnail and the preview sometime tomorrow. And per Quiet Storm's request, we are going to be going over the Trump debate at Bloomberg with the Bloomberg economists at the Economic Forum in Chicago, and a room full of hostile finance people. Trump held his own and ended up with a standing ovation, and it was at watching that debate where I realized, oh, Trump knows what he's doing with this tariff thing, and it's going to be a win. So I am not at all surprised now that the tariff strategy has been successful, because I watched the debate. News Desk is a hit. Yes, sir. Yeah, like adding weight to your workout bench. Facts. So that being said, no News Desk tomorrow. It's going to be me, Saul, and Obsidian for the sit down. Friday, I will be back with a News Desk episode. And if we do not do a revamp, if we don't get up the revamp, the Demon Time in time for this Saturday, I'll be on for News Desk again. Sunday panel. And with any luck, we'll be able to have a revamped Demon Time weekend after that. That being said, gentlemen, like I always say about now, I want to say thank you for coming out. And, hey, good night and good luck.
Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I can go.
Panel. This country needs stronger border security. Our border security is the strongest in the world.
What we need is to take care of our children.
I can't get an erection. You think giving them amnesty is fair to the people who are already here? They're contributing to the economy. I've tried all the herbs. Amnesty is never the answer. It's not amnesty. It's recognizing their contributions to our country. They said to meditate, but I keep falling asleep. We need stronger vetting.
And to enforce the laws already on the books.
I'm terrified of being alone with my wife. It's too much pressure. Well, nothing's ever going to change if Congress isn't willing to compromise. Exactly my point.
Sorry.
Hey, where's Stewie?
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter.
There it is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean, to play us out? To end the show?
Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today, and we'll leave you with a... I can't do it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it, and we'll do it live! Fucking thing sucks!
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Stewie Griffin. Thanks for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.